is someone holding on to his coffee. That is not making sense. So this is just the way to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we cannot really subject the resource, and from the four basic factors of production. Land comes first, and so you in your opinion, we cannot keep holding land and not exposing it to its profitable use.
That is the word, profitable use. Okay. Because what makes sense? What makes sense? You see, I also look at it as some sort of slavery, because you want to stay in your farm, do your farming there, and but it's always something that it's a merry-go-round kinda. Why don't you just venture into something else? It's good to be dynamic. If this is not making sense, it's kept you there for many years. Why don't you jump into something else, Robert?
Right.
Leave those ngombes and coffee and whatever.
Coffee and tea and all that. And venture into something that maybe can make a better life for everybody. Now, this is the Realtor, and you're talking to Shiko Louis, who leads a company by the name Blessed Homes, and this is a marketing agency that specializes in marketing the blue zones, and she has put in black and white what blue zone means. And from this point, Shiko, maybe I would love us now to get into what you're doing. And the last month we've been talking about women in real estate, and I believe you also transiting to this now that you're the first one to come before. After we have done this, maybe how is it when it comes to a blue zone? How is the market? How are you able to break even in a market that is quite prime?
As I mentioned earlier, this is where everyone is going, and despite the inflation, property is still making sense to some people. Investing is still making sense to some people. I know for sure, Robert, that if where you live, let's take specifically where you live, I'm sure the route you used to use, next time you go there, you will find a development. So this is something people are doing, and development will not stop at all. You see, it will not stop at all. So it's either we make it or make it. No objection, no objection at all.
All right. And in midst of inflation, a lot of dynamics in the economy across the globe, not necessarily Kenya. How do you find real estate, you as a person? I know I could be a developer with money. I have no problem developing. You as someone now taking the development to the consumer, how is it in this era that we're in?
Well, it is gotten very different, and I think one thing that came in between this issue is something we called COVID. It really made a lot of impact in this market. And I can tell you, as much as there is inflation, there are still us who felt that COVID taught us a lot. It taught us that it is good to be in your own house, be in your own home. And I can tell you for sure, during this COVID period, that is when people really invested in real estate. So it is something that is enjoyable, because whatever is out there is not what is in the market here. We are experiencing so many different things from what people talk about. Because what would you expect during COVID, Robert? It would be a flat market. But I can tell you for sure that Kenyans are clever, and situations come to make them, to enlighten them and to change their lives. So it is something very interesting, and it has kept us on toes. Yeah, there's no time that I would say real estate is dead. No.
Okay, so long as we are living, and you must be under shelter somewhere. And this is something that is coming out clearly from Shiko, that despite the big, or rather the many challenges we experienced from the COVID-19, it also brought about an exposure that everybody should have their own shelter. And those are the positivities that we had to pick from the challenges that we go through. Now, Shiko, as we wrap up this part, I would love you to tell us, maybe you introduce where we are, so that as we come back after the short break, you tell us more about what you can say.
Now, this is Greenview Estate. It is a new development. I believe we'll be able to see some shots of it. It is a new development that is coming up. We are selling it off plan. And off-plan is always a good idea because it gives you flexibility, even in payment. And it also gives you a relationship between you as a buyer or a consumer with the developer. In this sense that you are able to give your input and say, this is not what I would like for my house, this is what I would like for my house. Yeah. So this is Greenview. It's a large development of 110 units that are sitting or are supposed to sit on 16 acres.
Right.
We are doing phase 1 now, and then we'll progress to phase 2.
Right.
Yes.
And also it's also meant for the blue zone, eh?
This is
within the blue zone.
This is a blue zone area.
Thank you so much, Shiko. We are here at Greenview Estate, and we shall be digging deep into this project, getting to know how it is, how can you afford it, is it really restricted to the, I mean, not delegates, but diplomats, or you can also access one. Don't go away, because after this short break, we'll be right back.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Upgrade your DSTV package to enjoy all the content you love. That means if you're on Access and you upgrade to Family, you get boosted to Compact. If you're on Family and you upgrade to Compact, you get boosted to Compact Plus. And if you're on Compact and you upgrade to Compact Plus, you get boosted all the way to Premium.
Sonadol Extra imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli kupambana haraka na maumivu ya kichwa, mwili na hata meno. Sonadol Extra, hakika maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari. You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Yes, thank you. Welcome back. This is a Realtor, and we're here trying to bring to your attention some developments that are taking place. And today we have a very new terminology going by the name the blue zone, or the blue areas. And these are areas that may be designated for, for diplomats, places that ambassadors, those international delegates cannot reside beyond. And I believe Shiko will also be reminding us what it is that, blue zone is all about. Before we went for the break, Shiko, there's something that you mentioned that I was like, wow, we needed this. You have talked about one terminology that is in our Kenyan market that goes by the name off-plan. And I would want you maybe to remind us what is off-plan and confirm whether what you can see and what you've been selling is off-plan. Right.
Yeah, off-plan is basically a project that is sold as construction is ongoing. Right. So that's what off-plan is all about. And as I mentioned earlier, it is such an interesting thing when you have a developer that you can trust, because trust comes into play here. Because we've seen so many projects that are sold off-plan, right, and then they end up being air. So it has to be a reliable developer. Yeah. And it is a beautiful journey, because this is where you get to work with this developer. Sure. You get to agree that this is what I would want. They want to take your input and, right, put it into play. And they can tailor-make something for you. Like, for example, in this development, as you can see, in this 1, 2, 3, 4 units that we've done, right, we have had clients who come in and say, for me, my interior, I wouldn't want it to be like this. Right. I would want it to be something different. Okay. So it gives you that flexibility and ability to come up with what you want, you and the developer working together. Right. Yes.
And why I had to touch that bit of off-plan is because of the negativity and the negative perspective that Kenyans have. They have lost money in this, but you there and you've lost money in off-plan. It remains the best affordable, model. Shiko is telling us, it's only that you need to understand who is bringing you this, and of course you scrutinize the entity that's selling you. Now, Shiko, back to the blue zone. Now, this Greenview estate, you said it has got how many units?
It's got 110 units.
110 units, and they have started all this. Now, you as a agent behind selling this project, where do I come in as a buyer? At what stage do I come in? Because I can see some at rental level, others are complete, others at foundation level.
So to answer that, as Robert mentioned, buying off plan is the best thing that you can do, because it gets to be a journey that is even affordable and flexible for you. So, and when you start engaging off plan, it means that you can start engaging even when it's soil.
Yeah.
There is a drawing that is showing you what is going to come up. There is the architecture part of it.
Right.
And now that is what you get to believe in. You get to believe in this drawing, in this project that you can see on paper,
Right.
and you commit to it. You find out that when a project progresses, as it progresses, the prices will go up.
Yes.
The prices will definitely go up. So it is the buying off plan is the best time, because this is when you get low prices, affordable prices, and as I mentioned, flexibility. Because instead of going to the bank to just take a lump sum and invest in one place, you are able to be flexible. If you're getting some income, you can keep putting this income into this project until the completion of it.
All right.
Yes.
And now maybe I can ask you, when it comes to off-plan, could there be an advantage of buying at a certain stage as opposed to a certain advanced stage of development?
Well, I know for sure what we like. We as human beings, we like
Seeing
something
is
we are
believing.
seeing
Yes,
is believing.
exactly.
Even so there's someone who doubted Jesus, and they said we have to see, you know. So this is a part of us human beings, and that is why in such a project we have to do something we call the show house.
Right.
Show house is a demonstration of what is going to come up. And this show house is what you come in as a buyer and criticize and give your input, because this is something you can see.
Right.
So you're able to say, instead of doing this, can we do that? Instead of this floor, can we change this floor to something else?
Right.
Or if not so, can I top up some money? I like parquet as opposed to tiles. And you see, you're able to discuss all these things.
Right.
So in every project, I advise that it's good to have something we call a show house, because this is a demonstration of what is going to come up.
Now, having a show house in place, like I believe I can see one right behind me. On behalf of these viewers, I would still want to go back to the question: is there any advantage of someone who is buying the show house? Yes, but someone buys at a plan level, and another one buys when we have advanced in stage. Do you have in terms of costing?
Oh yes, there's a big advantage. I mentioned earlier that buying off plan, it gives you a low cost.
Right.
So it's definitely outright that if you come and find a development like this that has already been done,
Yes.
definitely
You'll pay for it.
Exactly.
You'll
And
pay for your doubts.
yeah, and time is money, you see.
Right.
So whatever land that you buy today, the next day you come, you'll find a different pricing.
Right.
So that happens even here. When you're buying off plan, you get a better deal,
Right.
as opposed to buying a complete house.
Now, Blessed Home is known to sell the blue zones or the blue areas. And do you allow? Do you have a specific personalities that should buy your premises or your units, or it's open for all these viewers?
It is a big advantage when a Kenyan lives in a blue zone marked area, because when we say blue zone, I think point number one that these people look at is security.
Right.
Security is key. So every Kenyan also wants to feel my family is secure. I am buying a home in a secure place. And the other advantage is you get to intermingle with people from different places, different races, and even your children get to intermingle with these people from everywhere. So there is no restriction at all, Robert. As long as you can afford this unit, and as long as you can live to the standards of this unit, then you're welcome to invest in it.
Wow. So it's not meant for diplomats like Joanne and others. This place, the blue zone marked areas, is open for you. And just as Shiko is saying, you can truly be assured that security is guaranteed, and of course some amenities that should come with this. Hakuna kukatiwa maji ama iko?
Hapa hakuna kukatiwa maji, and that is why I said you have to afford living here.
Right.
Because there is service charge that comes in, and you must be able to afford the service charge. You must be able to pay your bills, because every standard of living comes with its own cost. Yes.
I saw an article wrote by a certain monkey, and Etienne said, it's only a human race who pays to live. And I was like, it's true, it's true. It's only a human race, it's us who pay for the life we live today. And without money, of course, it becomes very difficult. Now, because you're talking about money and you're talking about, affording this place, or rather buying this lifestyle, I would love you to mention or to touch a bit of the cost implication when it comes to what. Before maybe you tell us about how much, what are these units? How big are they in terms of the size, the physical size, the features? Just mention this as we wrap up.
Okay, so for Greenview, we are selling 4-bedroom units. We only did four 5-bedroom units.
Right.
So the rest of them are 4-bedroom units that will come all en suite.
Right.
So you don't really have to dash out and crisscross with everybody in the house,
Right.
because every bedroom has its own toilet and bathroom.
Right.
And the other advantage of this place is we've got a common amenity that will have a swimming pool, that will have a gym, that will have a children's play area.
Wow.
And now when I talk about the social bit of it, this is where now everybody goes to
The clubhouse.
Yeah, that's to the clubhouse to intermingle and socialize with
Right.
your neighbors. And there's always something we call a strong association for every estate.
Right.
So this gives you the opportunity to be in such an association.
Right.
And I always say and encourage business people to live in such estates, because you find in these forums you're able to exchange on what you do.
Right.
And it translates into money, as you mentioned. Wow. Yeah, so there's a big advantage. It's just like you paying for being in a golf club. Yeah, it's a place to just meet your buddies and peers and socialize, and also still businesses.
I get it.
Yeah.
Shiko, how much is a 4-bedroom and 5-bedroom, just in price, so we can bring them to see?
So these houses are being priced differently, because we always say there are different locations,
Sure.
etc., that determine the pricing. But our houses are going from 29 million to 35 million.
Only?
Yes,
For
only.
Kenyan, you should put only.
Only.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, 29 to
35.
based on where it is.
Yes.
And all those factors
Yes.
put together, but
Yes.
within this estate.
Within this estate.
Your parting shot kindly in 30 seconds.
I would always encourage that investing, and especially investing in real estate, is a sure thing. You cannot go wrong while you invest in real estate. I'd encourage the young people that you need to get to this venture, and a wise man leaves an inheritance for even their children. And when you look at property, this is a great inheritance.
Okay.
So don't shy, don't be scared of pricing. As we said, engage with off-plan projects,
Right.
and this gives you an opportunity to eventually, over some years, own a home.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Shiko. This is one of the shortest show I've done in the recent past. I don't know why I feel time has really flown, and I would want to appreciate our guest today, Shiko Lui, the head of Blessed Homes, who are marketing the Greenview Estate located within the Green Zone marked area. And at that point, I want to appreciate your time. Thank you for keeping it the realtor. And could you be having any question, any inquiry about what we have discussed here, channel that to on our social media handle, that is the Realtor TV 47. I'll connect you with the Shiko Lui of Blessed Homes, and of course you'll be sorted. Thank you so much. Until next time, I've been your host, Robert Dongo. God bless you.